Welcome to another edition of Agency Scaling Secrets, where we talk about how to grow and scale digital marketing agencies. Today's question is, I run a digital marketing agency. How do I get a competitive edge over the competition? It's a great question. Let's dive in. As a digital marketing professional and agency owner, I can tell you that getting a competitive edge over competition is something that everyone's gonna face at some point. As I mentioned before, you may not have this struggle right now because you're okay getting a few clients, but when you're looking to substantially grow, differentiation is really going to be key. That's what you wanna start figuring out right away. And the reason that's such a challenge for digital marketing agencies or just people in digital is that they feel like they can help practically everyone. So why should I want to be a company that only helps dentists? Why can't I help everybody? And more customers just means more money. So which one is it, right? Some of them are very differentiated. Why do they charge whatever ridiculous amount that they can charge? Is because of differentiation, right? You and I are gravitated towards certain brands. And that's because you know that brand stands for something. They have a differentiation that they've figured out that is so unique that you're like, wow, I want to buy that, right? It is the same exact thing that you would have to create if you're looking to have a competitive edge for your business. You have to figure out why are you different at some point, otherwise you're gonna look the same and it's not gonna look good. So I like to say in my articles or content that I create is simply differentiate or die. I know that sounds really crazy, but in reality, that's exactly what an agency owner should be thinking, even business owners, anyone. But because of the fact that there's low barrier to entry in digital marketing, practically anybody with a laptop considers themselves as a digital agency, or everybody has an agency in their family, right? Everybody knows a cousin that's running digital ads for people. You can imagine what that is, that situation. And if you're trying to get a competitive edge, I would probably say that what you're lacking today is differentiation. If you already figured that out, you've already got your niche, I want you to go even more focused. And not only would you be able to charge more because you have select type of clients that you're going after, you would also be able to attract the right kind of clients, and definitely you will leave a lot of that competition way back, right? So imagine if you're in the medical field, a generalist gets paid a lot less than a specialist. Generalists have harder time getting appointments or getting new patients, while specialists often booked out for months out. Why is that? It's because everybody understands the concept of a specialist would go to that. So we have agency partners, just to give you an example, that only work with course creators. We have agencies that only work with e-commerce, right? We have agencies that only work with clinics. And what they've done over the years of whatever their marketing is, they've made themselves a leader in that space, getting more of the same case studies, getting more of similar success stories and true testimonials that they can share with their patients, clients, whatever. That enables them to get a leg up over the competition. So having the mentality of being able to help practically everybody and anybody is great from a cash flow perspective, but is not gonna help you from a competitive advantage perspective. So that's something that I would say is a huge focus for your attention. The second thing I would also say, as I mentioned the word focus, is having a better focus on the type of clients, the type of problems that you help solve. What is that? Having laser focus, not just focus. I want to be laser focused on the type of clients that I work with. That would be a huge plus for you if you're struggling from a competitive advantage perspective. So let me give you an example. I talk to a lot of partners. We have a lot of technology, we have a lot of resources, we have guides and content, academy to help agencies grow. So I often jump on calls with new partners and I would ask this question. I'm gonna ask you the same thing. Who are your ideal customers? Who is that individual? What is the title? How much revenue does that company should be making to talk to you? Where do they need to be located? What would be the biggest pain points that this person would have, right? Why? Why should they come to you? And ask this question of who, and they're often stumbling on the answer of, oh, I work with companies that are, 5 million to 50 million in revenue. they're in the construction space and I only work with these types of construction companies and we compete on price, not so much value. We'd love to get paid more, but because our customers beat us up and we just kind of give into that. Those are the answers I get, and oftentimes you could tell like they don't have a good grasp on who their ideal customer is. Technically, it's just anyone that responded to an offer or an ad or something like that. They were able to convert and become a customer, but that's not going to give you an edge from a competitive perspective. If you really want to scale and charge more for your expertise because you have developed very specific expertise in a set of industries, that would be the thing to do, is to focus more, right? Come up with a handful of types of clients that you can help, eventually get rid of the 4 and just work on the 1. That's the level of focus that I'm talking about. And not only am I saying this because it sounds good, but it's actually the truth, because I've seen the actual metrics. I mean, they charge extremely high rates and they have ready to go customers because we do the fulfillment, we understand. So this is the sort of the inside secret, if I may, if you like to take my answers and maybe work on improving that competitive advantage, is to truly know that is truly the way to go about it, is to become an expert and not a generalist. I hope you found this video useful. This is definitely a common question. If you're struggling on how to compete and how to get a better handle on where you should focus, like what industry should I target, where is your best success? Sometimes when you look at your own book of business, you might not draw the parallels and similarities that you can see, right? Finding those patterns are really critical in digital marketing. So being able to recognize patterns and really see where you are an expert is somewhat hard. Maybe work with someone to help you do that. If you still have questions, reach out to us. That's why we're here. We love talking to new partners, hearing your struggles and challenges and helping you scale is like what we do, right? That is why we exist. So if you have more questions, send them in. We'd love to have you submit a form on our website and let's jump on a call and figure out if there's anything that you might not be seeing that's pretty obvious. But long story short, figuring out your competitive edge should be something that you need to figure out at some point, depending on where you are in that growth curve. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, let's leave that in the comment, join the conversation. If you like this content, subscribe to this channel, and I will see you next time.